Yeah, take it from someone who has gone through the ordeal just to be successful. Um, Someone who has pursued their ambitions and still having obtained the expected or proper fruits of that labor. Ambition is part of the soul trap. It's a trap, y'all. It's it's like something that tries to lure you to keep feeding into this matrix system or system for the hopes of actually achieving a goal, of being successful, of obtaining that perfect dream that you may never get. I just, for all I know, that the people who are so-called successful aren't even real. There are parlor tricks in itself, or matrix tricks. If I say a matrix, it's the number of the tricks. They trick you into keep feeding into the system. I think it's like a game to mold you, to alter you, to trap you, to do what it wants to some degree. And it's ultimately to coerce you to force other people into the trap, to continue the cycle of forcing other beings into existence. That's why I say heterogeneous union, when you give in birth, is the soul trap. So it's always good not to birth others into existence. So they won't be subdued or go through the troubles and cycles of life, the burdens of survival. So, like I've been emphasizing before, I was at one point living a pinnacle of what was considered for myself peace, the perfect nugget to being in my own place, um, operating in my own terms more or less. But of course, I had to go to a job, a job, a grinding cycle system to obtain monies to uphold said lifestyle. But I was alone for the most part, and I was still find some form of peace. But what messed that peace up was being tricked into being ambitious, to pursuing something that was competitive. It was a competitive field, and it was singing, and rapping, singing, mostly singing, um, being lured into things that I felt like was going to help me to achieve the next level, to obtain more. Um, Starting my own little business, um, obtaining funds for said business. Those things was cost me to risk it, help cost me to follow, including and limiting to establishing or reestablishing a belief system, a religious belief system. All of that contribute to that. And even though I was in a relationship that I kind of fell out of or whatever, but I still found that balance in it. If I just knew to just work a job and maintain my little apartment or place or whatever, I think it would have been fine. It would have been a grinding, a cycle of the same, some of the stuff. But if I would have just did just that, probably would have been fine. I would be in more peace. But it happened the way it happened. And learning, like I said, learning new traits and new skills. Sometimes I just feel like they're just busy work. Like every day that I was learning all these different codings and skills and stuff. You have to compete with all these different people for the same jobs. And then it's crazy how there's still an unemployment rate even for the ones that are in demand, even in coding. Like there's an in demand, and then the job titles don't make sense. It makes sense, but it's like, where do you fit in? Like no matter how many times I try to learn this stuff, it's like I I feel no connection to it. Like there's like a disconnect or something. Like it it's like it's made up. Like this is all I can say about it. Like you can try to compete, or you can try to like apply for these jobs, but then they ask for all these different languages or prerequisites to obtaining the job or expectations, and it's like if you learn some of them, but then it's like you got to learn this coding, this language, this coding language, this. I'm like, it's like it never ends. It's like it's a pottery tree. That's why I feel like this is what this is. A world. It's a matrix. It's like it's a lie. This is what I'm trying to get at. Like the opportunities are lies. It's rigged. I even said it in one of my rap songs. Like it's a rap song. Like market expression. I think that's what the one. It's rigged. You feel this. I experience this. It's rigged. Like every time I try to apply for something in that field, it's like it's always changing. Like make up your mind, but and then I research. It's like, oh, well, what 115,000 or hundreds of thousands of different coding languages. Does it make any sense? And then what makes it so bad? I call myself pursuing my art career too. My animation, being ambitious, doing my own thing, freelancing, making a cartoon, sending it into all different film festivals, and I've obtained the rewards, and I'm thankful for that. But it's like it didn't lead to an agency or lead to investors as I expected to or wanted to. That's why I invest so much money and time in marketing, not only for my art, but for my music. Um, Paying for courses, paying for teachers, paying. I really did invest to boost up my skills. I even paid for boot camps, coding boot camps, to learn coding and just trying to find or be successful. Being ambitious, like I said, having an ambitious drive. And that drive itself is what trapped me in the cycle of it would never be enough. You know what it seems like, because I pursued it so long, trying to be successful, and then what makes it so bad after the fall, I mean losing what I lost, pursued my ambitions or pursued my singing career, pursued even rapping or getting people to recognize me. Um, Submitting my works, my songs to all these different contests and or what you call them ARs to get feedback, to get picked, selected by these independent agencies and whatever, or competing for the contest or to be picked. Still didn't, but get picked. But I just tried. I tried. I paved my own way in hopes of just, not just to get discovered, but to help others. And my stuff has been manifesting in this, whatever this is, but didn't get discovered by an agency or obtain someone that who can help me or have the funds necessary to push me to that next level in the industry. So I'm like, okay. Well, at least I'm sharing my talents with someone, with people, I guess, in churches, out in the world, in the community, and I have to be thankful despite of my expectations. I don't have to, but I'm choosing to anyways. But at the same time, it's like a warning. It's a warning for anyone who's wanting to be ambitious, and it is to not fall for the matrix trick. Even though it feels good to be ambitious, it makes you feel good that you're pursuing something. It's best to stay low and not even pursue, because it's still a trick. Just like with that large thunder that just happened after I say I'm still trying to be, I'm still wanting to be grateful and be thankful, try to be thankful and gratitude. I guess that's not the right thing to be, because it's still a trick. So why would I be grateful for a trick? It's confusing. I would think I would thought that would be the right thing to do, but I guess it's not, because you telling it you grateful for being tricked, or you grateful for being bamboozled, and you shouldn't be. So I'm telling you guys not to be thankful for being tricked. So I have to remind myself. But I'm thankful for my discernment. I say that, for figuring out not that what I've gone through, and to help others not to fall in the same pitfalls that I have fell for, and that is to be ambitious in this matrix realm. The best thing for you guys, for anyone to do, just to lay low, survive, work, don't pursue anything, because it's nothing but a politics and lies. Find that sweet spot to obtain peace, and don't birth anyone else into this. that is how you can escape. And by you not birthing others, you helping them, keeping them safe from this realm. You helping them to keep them free as well. That's the best advice I can give anybody. And I had signs, like it's a big sign. It was a weird stop sign. It was all those years back. It was like smack up in the air. It was the weirdest sign ever. And at that time, I was thinking like, oh, I must be doing something right because somebody put all that effort into putting a damn stop sign high up on a pole, telling me to stop, trying to get me to stop pursuing my singing, but it was telling me that for a reason, and it was telling me that because it knew I was learning something that I wasn't gonna be for my best interest, basically. And I didn't listen. I didn't heed that warning. It was telling me that whole time I was falling for a trap. That my ambition would lead me to a trap.